So it's the start of a new year, and the enthusiasm inside of you to start a new business is boiling, like it's high, right? And I totally understand because usually, as one year comes to a close and we enter into a new year, all the ideas that you haven't followed up with starts rushing to your mind, and you kind of get this burst of motivation like, you know what, now is the time. 2023, I'm gonna become that boss babe, that boss guy, that boss dude. You get my gist. You know, it's time for me to like follow my dreams, and I totally understand that. But so before you do that, we need to talk. I am Lacey, and I have been an entrepreneur for the last 7 years of my life. Being an entrepreneur is what pays my bills, it's what takes care of my responsibilities. However, I have made some mistakes. I have made some mistakes in the last 7 years that have cost me. I've also seen other entrepreneurs that are filled with potential make some mistakes too. So, before you run to the bank and scrape out the little savings or your grandmother left for you, before you run to the bank and draw out the partner, before you run to the bank and fill out that form to get that business loan, watch this video. I am going to share with you 6 mistakes to avoid before starting your business. And the most important tip that I have to share with you is close to the end of the video, so make sure you keep watching. In the meantime, if you find this content helpful, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to also leave a comment. You can probably share some tips in the comment section. If there's anything that I didn't mention and you want to share to our fellow entrepreneurs or people who just desire to start their own thing, you know, leave it in the comment section and let's talk. Doing what you love. No, listen, before you beat me up, before you fight me, hear me out. I know say from your little and a grow, mommy and daddy have been telling you, oh, you're so good at that. You're so good at that. And you've grown to love doing that thing so much. You feel like it's a part of you. And you feel like, you know what, this thing that I love doing is going to be what's going to make me rich. Like this is going to change my life. Like this thing what me love do, it's gonna set me apart from everybody else. But doing what you love is not always feasible. It's just not. You may totally enjoy doing a thing. You may feel so alive. If it's like your passion, like it makes you feel so fulfilled when you do that thing. But guess what? Other people might look at it like, that's so cute. Like, that's cute what you do. Like, that's cool and everything. But that's just not something that I need in my life. That's not something that's going to solve any problem that I have. So though it's cute and everything, and though I love the fact that you're following your dreams and doing what you love, like, I can't support this because this is not a need of mine. So that might be a little bit disappointing to hear because that business idea that you have may revolve around doing that thing that you love. Now, please don't get me wrong. This don't go for everybody. This don't go for everybody. Sometimes the things that people love, like I do something that I love and I think it's a need, right? There are other people that are doing what they love and it's actually a need for people. Not one time for the year, not just around Christmas, not just around summer, right throughout the year. It's something that people need, right? So you find that they'll make money from it, but sometimes what you love is just not, it's just not gonna bring the money. Which brings me to my next point actually, and that is not doing proper market research. How do you know that there's a market for that business idea that you have? Have you asked anybody? Have you done a survey? Have you conducted a proper search? That thing, you may just have a really good product on your hand that nobody wants. Okay? And the only way you're going to know that is if you do market research, because doing market research is what's going to help you to understand what consumers are needing and how you will need to reach them as an entrepreneur. I find that consumers these days can be a little bit complex and their needs are always changing. And as an entrepreneur, the only way to stay on top of that is by conducting market research. Don't just get up, you went to sleep, your granny dreamed you, and she gave you this grand idea, and you got up and you say, hey, you know what, this is what I'm going to put $200,000 in, $300,000, $500,000 in, without knowing if people out there that are spending their money, aka consumers, customers, without finding out if they actually want that thing. Not having enough money is also another mistake that entrepreneurs tend to make before they even start their business. And I'm going to explain why I said that. I'm a huge believer in that it takes money to make money. Being liked and everything is cute and it's cool, but it won't pay your bills. It won't stock your shelves and it will not take care of your expenses. You are going to need to have money for sustainability, not just for the sustainability of the business, but for your own personal self. Because guess what? Where's the money that you're going to have for the unexpected? Take COVID, for example. COVID is one of those occurrences that slowed a lot of people down, caused a lot of people's business to just get backtracked in a lot of ways. And a lot of people weren't prepared for it really because they didn't have money put down and saved for the unexpected. To avoid that, I would advise that you create a financial plan and detail how much money would it actually take to take care of your living expenses and your business expenses for at least 6 months ahead. And if you don't have enough money for that, it may work out, but do you want to take that chance? You can, and it may work out for you, but just to be on the safe side, have some money put aside for rainy days. Have some money to put aside if something like COVID happens and the months are slow. In my humble opinion, based on mistakes that I've made, a financial plan and your living and business expenses go hand in hand. One literally cannot do well without the other. Do you actually need a brick and mortar to run your business, or you just want to look like you have things going on for you? Like, yeah, look at me pulling up to the business place every day. Think about it. We are living in a pretty advanced technological age. Personally, when I need a product, I go to Instagram first. When I need a service, most times I go to Instagram to see if there's a Instagram store that I can find that has what I need. Let me explain. Some businesses can literally be run from inside your house. Not every business needs a physical store. I promise you, that little idea that you have, you can do it in your kitchen. You can do it in your bedroom. You can get a backdrop and take beautiful photos with a ring light and a camera and highlight your products. Why do you think that because everybody is opening a physical store that you must do it as well? Don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm not trying to stop your shine or anything, Miss Mamas or Mr. Papas or whatever. I'm simply saying to put some thought into it because your business may possibly be successful being run from your own home. Get a ring light. Get a proper camera, or your phone camera can do it. Take pictures in the daylight. Take pictures in front of the sun. Get a backdrop. Get a little photo booth. And even though those little things will cost them some money, it will still cost less than rent every month. Cutting out that extra expense might be what makes you successful. Yes, I know you see Mary Jane down the road. She opened a store doing exactly what you're doing. I know you see Paul, but he opened a business a year ago and it's doing well. What works for Mary Jane and Paul may not necessarily work for you. You're walking at somebody else's shoes or your shoes. You're walking now. Which one now? Look at the financial markets around you. I cannot see it for sure, but we may be going into a recession. And your business might well as thrive by taking some beautiful pictures of your products, beautiful and professional pictures. Man not talk about nothing fubble double. Man not talk about nothing tacky. You're not going to take the picture and the background look nasty and chaka chaka. You're going to get a nice backdrop from off of Amazon. Tape it up, string it up, tie it up against the wall. Get a one ring light, the same money where they're going to take pay shop rent. Use it by 2 ring lights. Use it by a light box or whatever. And take beautiful and professional photos. And after doing that for a year, if you see that the support is the support is good enough and you're making enough money, then you can think about a physical location for your business and succeed. Yeah, girl, yes, sir. No, I am at my final tip, or my final mistake that I want to share with you that a lot of people make starting a business in this day and age. So you know how I mentioned that we are living in a technologically advanced age? You know which other age we're living in? The age of influencership. Here, let's talk about it. And the mistake that a lot of people make starting a business in today's day and age is not having money to pay influencers. In other words, they don't have marketing money. Oh, but I don't need to pay people to promote my brand. I can do it myself. I can do it, the old way that my grandfather and his grandfather used to do it. Because when Mas John did start film business, there was no influencer in that time. And my grandfather, my great grandfather used to do good business. The good business that your great grandfather used to do 20 years ago might not do so well today without the help of influencers pushing your brand. Can you possibly do it by yourself? Of course. Of course, you are capable. Take it from me. I'm not saying that you're not capable of marketing potential or marketing strengths on your own. But why take the long route when you can make it shorter? When your brand would have taken 2 years to be built, influencership might help it to be built in a year, or more than likely less. Listen, we like who we like, and we all have a girly or a guy on the internet, and we like how he dresses. We like what he buys. We like what she puts in her home. We like how her hair gets done and all of that. So when we see those women say, hey, listen, this is where I got my hair done, or this is where I bought this pillow. Guys, go and get this pillow. The girlies that love her are going to go and buy that pillow. This, of course, would fall under marketing plan. I'm not telling you anything strange or anything that's absolutely wrong. Listen, back in the day, I'm not going to say back in the days, I'm sure people still listen to radio. I'm sure people still watch TV, but a lot of us really don't. I'm not going to lie to you. I cannot tell you the last time I listened to it. When was the last time I listened to radio? I don't know if that's bad, but it's been years since I've listened to the radio. It's been a very long time since I've taken up a newspaper. And honestly, I don't really watch local television. You know where I go? I'm always on this. I'm always on my phone. I'm always on the internet. So more than likely, the best way to reach a consumer like me is via the internet. That goes back to us talking about knowing our market, knowing who our consumers are and how we need to reach them. Your consumer might just be a young woman, a young man, because you need to have an idea of what your consumer looks like. What do they spend a lot of time doing? Do they spend a lot of time farming? Do your consumers spend a lot of time on Instagram? Do they spend a lot of time on Facebook? Because there's still a market on Facebook. Where do they spend? Do they listen to the radio? And if your consumer identity is someone that listens to the radio a lot, then there's where you need to go and market. But if your consumer is not somebody that you think listens to the radio well and they like the internet, the girls that they admire, the guys that they admire are on the internet, and they're literally looking, watching them just to see the next best thing that they'll wear, the next best thing that they will say. Guys, I trust this brand. Go and support this brand. I would suggest that before you start your business, depending on what it is, of course, some of the tips that I'm sharing may not go for everything and everyone, but some of them do, no matter the business. But depending on what the business is, you know your business, your business, who are you trying to attract and who would be attracted to this thing, right? Depending on the business that you have, I would suggest that you find an influencer that you like, and that you think you could do business with, reach out to that influencer and ask he or she what their rates are, and put that as a part of your financial plan. The same plan I was talking about earlier. Yeah? Yeah. Another tip, just another little tip. Let's say you say, Lacey, well, you know what, girl? I did reach out to the influencer, and the money that they're charging, I just don't have that money. Instagram offers paid or sponsored ads, because let me tell you something. Instagram is not going to push your business in front of the eyes of your consumers, because you know what Instagram wants? This. Instagram want money, and if they see that you have created a business profile, the algorithm works a little bit different for you than someone that has a normal profile. And at the same time, I still encourage you to create a business profile and not operate from a normal profile like most people think will work. Instagram ads can be a little bit more inexpensive for someone that's starting out. If you go into your settings and start or attempt to create a promo, you'll see the variation of prices, and that may be easier, but that still needs to be a part of your marketing plan. Do not just start your business with the dead money to pay this month's rent, and then you're thinking and say, okay, what am I going to do to push this business out there now? Or what I can do, maybe I need to do some flyer and walk and drop them off. Your consumer might not be walking up and down on the road like that. So sit down, listen back to all the tips that I've suggested, and you know exactly what you need to do before. Not after you start the business, but before. Alright guys, I really hope that you guys found those tips that I shared really helpful. If you did, maybe not for yourself, maybe you don't plan to start a business, but you have a little cousin, you have a little sister, you have a friend that you hear, talking a lot about wanting to start their business in 2023. And if you know somebody like that, then you need to share this business with them. You need too much business talk. You need to share this video with them, because it may help them save a lot of money. All right, again, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. Remember to leave a comment so that we can have a discussion in the comment section. Now, if you are a subscriber or unsubscribe, remember to subscribe, because I have a lot more business related content coming to you guys with. You see, here I'm telling you what mistakes to avoid, or the mistakes that people tend to make before they start their business. I have a great video that you're going to need. So you're gonna need to watch that video. You're gonna need to watch that video, because in that video, I'm going to tell you where you can go to get the products you need to start the business that you've been wanting to start. Another thing that I want to share, this video is a little bit dark, I'm recording at night. Another thing that I want to share with my subscribers is that we are back to uploading one time for the week, one upload weekly, and that is on Sundays. I have some stuff that I'm working on, and I really have to give myself the time to sit and work on them, because it's a bit time consuming. But if the time provides itself, or if the content provides itself, and I see where I can give you guys an upload on Wednesdays, then you'll definitely get it. But don't look for it. Like, don't hold me to it and say, oh my God, like, why didn't Lacey upload? Today is Wednesday. No. Right? So I put a lot of pressure on myself in December by uploading twice per week, and it was, oh my God, it was very, 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 very tiring. Because if you notice the way how I try to edit my videos, like, it's a lot of work. It's like editing sometimes takes me hours. So we're back to one upload a week, but trust me, it's going to be valuable content as always. So until next week, guys, I'm signing out. Have yourself a good one. Bye.